if I ever get co-streaming rights, I'll probably just do them live. But for now, it's always going to be the day before. A day after, sorry, as in a game from the day before. So we'll just get to it. I think there's a bunch of games today. So again, we are scrimming an earlier block, which means I do want to finish by 12:30. So this will only be an hour and a half long. I'd like to get all the games, but I'd rather go deep into certain areas. So if you do have any questions, put them in the chat. We can look at anything else that's interesting, anything else that might help you in your own games. Oof. First pick Yone already. Okay, so big OP's gone, as always. Poppy, starting to see this a bit more banned. I think especially if you want to first pick something like this, but it's weird to do both when normally you'd ban the Poppy for the Yone. I'll pause it when it gets to the end because I think this opening is actually quite interesting. So you go for the Yone. My guess here is that if you go for Maokai or something, enemy picks away Yone and any other AP jungler if they want. But they have shown that they want the AD one. But maybe if you don't take Yone here, they don't take Vi because they can take AP and an AD mid. So in a weird way, the mid lane pick is the thing that's dictating your jungle pick, which is then dictating how you first pick. So this does happen quite a lot. Now we're banning just mid lane counters. Showmaker, of course, has a very expansive pool. I do think Kia, I haven't seen this series, but I do think they are going to be one of the best teams to watch in Fearless Draft. Fearless Draft best of 5, I mean. Like I said before, Fearless Draft best of 3 for me is just, it's fine. It's better than normal, but it's just like normal stuff. And now here already, new pick in mid. I know he was running the Jack of all trades in solo queue a bunch at the end of last year. So I don't know if it'll be Jack of all trades TF with like rapid fire and Roa. I think he did Roa, rapid fire, and like a tanky one even. And it's 5th pick Cassante. Cassante goes all the way through. So now the blind pick you have is Cassante, yeah. Double support ban here. With Rakan already picked, though, you can still take someone like Nautilus. You really can't take this into Braum because he has much less survivability than something like Leona. I mean, Eric calls it an int pick. I think that's quite a fun way to describe it. Like, you go 0-6-0 and 0-6 and win the game. But something like Leona, you can E in and you're much more tanky on the way back out, so you can actually escape. Braum, as soon as Aftershock wears off, he's just so squishy in the current meta, especially we're talking competitive play, because in solo queue, your support is going to have a lot more gold and more resources relative to everyone else than in competitive, except from that 10-0 Yone on the enemy team. But you know what I mean. So support items, support builds need to work on one item because that's what you're going to guaranteed get in pro play, and normally the game is kind of decided before you get your second one, unless things are going very well, or they go really, really long. I always forget Dandy's on HLE. Okay. So, coming into game 1, I haven't seen enough of these teams to even really have a clear favourite. Obviously, we've seen a couple of HLE games now. I'm glad that Aiming's finally competing for the title again. Feels like it's been a while. That is what we're looking at. He's obviously playing ranged in the melee, so I imagine he's going to try and farm as much gold, obviously with his passive as well. Already going to generate a ton, as we do have the initial setup being done here. Now looking for lane swaps, I can imagine that... So they are going to look for the lane swap. They go in and get the deep wards. Whoever has the better level 1 can go in and get the deep wards. Now you come back and you get a couple of bits of XP. Oh, no, only 1. I thought they were going to get 2 wards. So it doesn't really change anything in terms of minions. If mid lane gets the ward XP, you get a one minion over. Yeah, exactly. TF for Showmaker. From what I heard, there's more craziness coming, especially in game 5. So that's fun. So just standard lanes. The Xayah as well, really useful. I don't know why Xayah's not banned. Oh, no, wait, it was taken 1-2, right? That's why it wasn't banned. Good into Vi and good into Kai'Sa. Okay, so this is something we see, we used to see a lot, because when the minion waves were distimed, like not on the exact same timer, it was much easier to do this. And literally every game, it would be like crash 3 waves and do something. But they are still going to do it. So they crash 3 waves on top, and then they just want to play the 3v3, and they get a nice invade. Really nice. Seems really simple. So it works because Vi takes the path for it already. You crash the 3rd wave in top, and then you come down and invade. You get less time because the 3rd wave now is... Maybe it was even 4th. I can't see because I couldn't see the lane. Because the 3rd wave now is not a cannon anymore. So again, it was this 3rd wave every single game. It was so boring and repetitive. It was like, okay, whoever has push in mid. It seems like BDS used to just be... Oh, nice hook. Look, every game, push mid, dive bot, push mid, dive bot, push mid, dive bot, every single game. So I'm kind of glad we're past that. I mean, Beryl is always a fun player to watch, but I'm waiting for game 4 and 5 of Beryl. Okay, flash in, and they just get flash ignite, and they almost get the kill, but he's just forced back to base. Lucid's here to cover though.
Secure that early buff. Now Lucid as a result doesn't experience lead, does have a sizable CS lead as well, but it's because aiming and Beryl actually roamed for a good amount of time, then aiming also went back to get a call.
3 daggers, love it.
Oh! Under 100 health, you're not going to be able to tank up that turret forever. And Zayas in the end just kind of looks like he uses his health bar well. As Lucy comes over, looks to try and take the first dragon off.
Siwoo's new, right? He's really young, isn't he?
Going to sign his own name on the floor and head back home. Crowd love that one. Man, can you believe it's 2025 and Showmaker won in 2020? I know. So, time. They got very close in 2021 and then...
Yeah, he is going to go for most likely jack of all trades, I guess.
Arrow is definitely looking. They're looking for a cross play because right now the grubs are not really available. She needs to be a bit careful though. I don't know how his Narbar is looking, but as Mininar is definitely diveable when there is a Maokai on his screen.
Okay, so because of that pressure in top, they swap back. They swap for the grubs. And it's just the trade. Dragon for grubs. 17. Yeah, I heard he was like, this is his first split, right? In top league. I saw a highlight from him from later today, and it's absolutely wild. Yeah, he just season 15's over the entire enemy team. I'm waiting for it. I don't know which game, but I'm waiting for it. Okay, Peanut fishing again because they have Prior, but C was there to just cover, and he's going to teleport down to bot lane. So it costs them the teleport, but they do keep the red buff.
Going to be able to complete this at the moment does have even items now with the chain vest on top of it. So as far as the 1v1 matchup is, in accordance to our top lane, is probably going to be an advantage for Zayas. You can see he's heading towards the top lane to maintain a bit of a lane swap scenario.
Sorry, I just got a bunch of messages. I need to check if they're...
Unable to find any sort of mitigation to Zeka's onslaught. Is going to find a minion, as the goes right there as well. Good work there from Showmaker. He does the walk backwards tactic. It works beautifully. And I understand why I want to take him down, because that man is farming gold, right? So he has the elixirs, so he gets a good amount of extra gold from that. Then he has the TF passive as well, and he has full strike. So he's
just doing the stream will...
Should be pretty strong as far as like mid game and finding some of these split push options in the late game is concerned as well. Yeah, they're gonna get the extra level as well when you hit 9. You get the skill level from the elixir.
See the NLC game last night? I went to sleep at... Oh wait, I've accidentally changed the scene. I went to sleep at game 4, was it? When Ruddy had a like 3 or 4k gold lead. I was like, that's a shame. I really would have loved if they could have at least taken it to game 5, but I'll go to sleep. Then I woke up and I saw someone tweeting about it, and I was like, is this a troll? Like, was this during the series? They're just tweeting about it for fun? And then, no. X-Fang triple kill when they're like 6k down at Dragon because they just forgot that Twitch exists. It was an absolute disaster. Okay, it's going to be 6 scrubs. And DK, it looks like they are not bothered by these grubs going over to HLE. Oh, hold that thought because I think they're going to contest these. Okay.
Is available here for Showmaker. You can see the light still roaming up from the bottom side of the map as Lucid's going to be coming over. So yeah, I tell a lie. HLE going to go over, they're going to get one of these just to give them the void mites. Oh, that's, they're going to back away. That's not really worth it. You don't get the feat because one was taken off half alive. And then there's also no one that can actually, I think Showmaker's just going to power.
Let me see this again. Like, how does this actually happen? They have, so they crash a wave in bot.
I don't think we've reached a timer quite yet. I think we're still plenty of opportunities. The Dragons is going to be the big thing, as we do have two of, I think, the best Dragons already in.
Enemy is 2 bot. They swapped back to mid without resetting. That's something we talked about yesterday. They didn't reset. They just ran to mid. Now it's a crashing bot from DK, and they make a play on bot side. Zeka sees them, has TP, but Delight's there as well. Now grubs are coming up in 20. Rakan is resetting to come for them. But like Viper stays up here and they somehow lose these grubs. Oh, it's because Delight still is just staying in bot lane. They're just really scared of the dive. Morning, Gian. Yeah. Back to analysis. Back to checking what the hell is going on here. Like, I don't know why Delight comes back bot lane. Surely they can't dive him again. Like, they can't dive him on this next wave. Like, why do they stay here? I think if they just keep moving, then it's just free grubs. They can't dive. Surely. And I think I would trade this, you know? Like, let Zeka die bot lane if he's going to die. But instead, they're going to now take one. Actually, this is okay. They take one, and then they try. I didn't see they take the first one. When I watched it the first time, I didn't realize. So I was thinking, like, why have they just... So they get TP, or the ult from Showmaker.
So now there's even more pressure on them to actually get the dragon, because if they don't, you give over the grubs without really getting anything in return. As a Peanut, I think, trying to kind of keep hidden where he is for as long as possible, so he can rotate over towards dragon, and Lucid is not going to be in any position. Showmaker's also backing. Yeah. And is it really, instead we're going to look for the crossman, a dive on Cassante. We've seen these not necessarily go so well, as Peanut's going to be starting off this dragon without a hitch.
See that Iron's lost and isn't going into playoffs? Maybe, but to be honest, the last few scrims against them, if we can find other people, I would prefer that. Because we could just do whatever we wanted against them. I don't know what was going on though. They looked like they were going to be good. Okay, so dive top. Zeka's going to TP to cover. Yeah. So trade of top laners and TP, but then you also get this play in mid. Okay, so you just get a couple of plates for it. Is concerned as HLE slowly but surely getting lead after lead. So that top side play ended up being a 1-4 trade, was a net positive in that isolation because the teleport was used there by Zeka, and then both Zeus and Shield flashed. I think their Shield also was sitting on basically only boots, so he just didn't have that much damage because I think it's actually well set up, right? Try to catch Zeus off guard, they catch him mid Q animation, which means they don't actually get you the W, but he's still so tanky. This is 280 champions trying to damage him, just not quite enough. And then Shield is goes down eventually anyway. Zeka, even though he doesn't quite find immediately, still able to get a kill. But taking into account that the dragon went over to Hanwha Life, the grubs went over to Hanwha Life, I feel like DK with a composition that in theory should try and always be ahead of the play and have a good setup, just hasn't really been able to retake that control. Now they do have the champions, and with the amount of CC and the rotations that they have available to them to retake that, but I think does for Hanwha look better. It is pretty negligible though. Again, I do think DK's comp skills well. It's just fair to Hanwha. And what does it scale into? 6 gold bounty. Huge. Well, it's 11 now. And 1 gold bounty for Viper, for aiming, sorry. Okay, so TF's coming up towards top. He has the ult as well. So I think that's why they're looking to start aggressively forcing. Oh, it's just Heart Seal on Alco. Okay, wait, let me slow this down a little bit. So aiming is clearing up mid lane, but he can jump across Zeus's bot. So it's 4v5, which is why Lucid wants to port in. I mean, to go in aggressively. Now TF ult's coming. Oh, if they can burst Lucid though. Oh, a lovely triple knock-up from Zeka. And this is a tragedy. If this goes even or you're losing, because you're losing the whole bot tower as well. I mean, it's a disaster. That's just not synced up. Started good, then lost 0-2 against Frankfurt, and yesterday lost game 1. First last place and tilted 0-2. I went 0-2 against the last place team. Yeah, the Viper guy seems good. I think he's got a future. To be fair, this Zeka guy actually also has been much better in the last year and this than I thought he would be. I thought he was just going to be a one patch that one time he did Worlds. But this triple knock-up into the triple snare from Viper is really insanely good. And the snipe barrel is just... Okay, so he ults there. He's always keeping track of where his feathers are. Then this, boom. That combo is so good. And now you're in a situation where you had 5 people coming top. Why are the Unicorns doing so bad? Is anyone watching this game? Haven't they been like one of the top teams in Prime for a long time? Why are they? And they're spending a decent amount of money, I thought. Why are they so bad?
Showmaker is really doing his best.
He still has a lead,
looking okay.
and Zeka is on 2-0-1, and even on farm. She is in a whole host of trouble.
Okay, I mean that's a bit of a silly mistake. He wouldn't have needed
It's Delight and Viper. For me,
the old man Zeus, who's what, 19 now.
so on point with these roams. And last time we saw
Old man takes down the young up and coming rookie.
There's a depth charge, and he does manage to cleanse, get himself out of the way, but they're just going to change their mind. Beryl is going to be their next target. Impossible to lock down a Rakan for too long, though. So he's going to be able to make his way out. The problem is, the 1-3-1 that I was talking about being great for DK is being executed by HLE way better in this mid game.
HLE just finding the right map.
Yeah, I mean you're just losing side lane.
Just haven't been able to do so. And we are, I think, one good team fight away.
TF has the mobility, but he's not actually stronger in the side lane, right?
Zaya is so far ahead, you can see
So that's why you really need to make use of the ports.
yeah, Lucid can't do anything.
He was just dead anyway. Right.
There's not a whole lot you can do. It kind of felt like Lucid was leaving him out to drive it. They don't win that choice.
Yeah.
All right, well, Showmaker looking to build item number 2 as quickly as he possibly can. Does have level 12.
Yeah, HLE are
Destiny as soon as he possibly can. As this,
they're one of the biggest companies in Korea, and they are.
Again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier as well. Who can you actually pick out? Like, who do you pick
They,
out?
and they won last year, right? They won LCK last year, and then they've got
Same person multiple times. Yeah.
upgrades
Before he separates his soul from his body.
or an upgrade.
Caveat for every single option. Even Delight, who theoretically doesn't have a way out, but the problem is that
Yeah, exactly.
Delight, you've got a problem. Shireu's going to throw his ult away. Zeka does take the damage from it, of course, so you're going to be happy about that. But it's only really a message sent.
Yeah, that's also
I think, I mean, before the split, I would have said this is an easy game for HLE.
That is going to be feeling great. You have 3 beefy boys, all of which can be able to use that very, very nicely. You can see DK, they keep looking, they keep searching for plays, keep searching for opportunities, and they're just not really given any.
And now Showmaker here towards the bottom side. So far, we do adjudicate Twisted Fates. Like, this is the thing that we've done for many, many years. You adjudicate Twisted Fate based on how well the play went. And he used his first Destiny to get to the bottom lane to catch a mini wave.
No, it's just a Showmaker thing.
So far, as far as the Twisted Fate adjudication is concerned, it's not looking so hot for DK. Good news is they're not too far behind.
I think this is the only game I've seen of TF anywhere.
They're playing to the tune of HLE. If they continue to do that, HLE will just win.
Yeah, and I think it is also interesting to look at this COO barrel.
And it's in game 1 as well. It's not like there's a huge pinch pool. But if you can keep up champs,
They just don't have damage.
Yeah,
Like, they need to actually commit. Amy doesn't have
yeah, I think it gets more mad from what I've heard.
you know, like things like this. It's just so DK with the confidence that we've seen them have.
One thing I do want to highlight. In
Yeah,
comparison to
damage
Amy,
TF. I think.
there are a ton of picks that are good for.
Okay, no, maybe. I was going to say he's going for yeah, just full damage TF, and just
Definitely looking for it is.
Yeah, there's the Destiny. That's one
like
fine Viper. Does get the cleanse out. It's been taking a fair bit of damage. But
gold collector TF, first strike and TF passive.
look at this Narbar. He's
Okay,
gorgeous. There's no
he nars out on this nice. Okay. So right, they all lose, but I'm gonna still say it's nice. So flash down, everyone's collapsing. Siwu teleports in, and then he stacks Mega on Atakan.
This is the collapse we've been waiting for. They're definitely looking for it. As
So they get Viper's ult and cleanse already, and now the rest of the fight
a fair bit of damage, but
is going to be good.
yeah. Comes there.
Zeus has to just instantly jump away,
Meganar is looking for them.
and now he's got Meganar.
Narbar, it is absolutely gorgeous. There's no feather storm, pulls 2 of them back, but
But he only hits one.
is free hitting. Already
He doesn't actually stun Delight, so the follow-up from Beryl, he just gets into the chain CC.
aiming is free hitting, but is it going to be enough? That's the question. Is Showmaker just limping his way out?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it does feel like TF is just doing fucking no damage compared to other mid lane champs who are more like meta. Okay, but this looks really bad for Beryl, but it's because he thinks Delight is going to get stunned, I think.
I don't think they're going to be losing that streak. This initial play.
Because as well, like, it looks a bit silly, like, why don't you just go in more aggressively as Nar there? And I think in solo queue you probably do, but he's aware that Delight can actually stop him with the hook
Be on the same page, right? Like
and, like, interrupt him. But here it doesn't quite stun, so therefore Beryl gets hooked
this comp doesn't have that
and then killed instantly.
right, but
Whereas if it's
they
stunned,
still had their flash available, which I think is one of the
he
reasons
would
why
be...
it's very telegraphed. If he like flash and tries to ult them, I think they flash out of it. So that means that then maybe someone else have to go in, but the rest of the team wasn't really quite in a position. And Home Wildlife, cool, calm.
He can't run it. It's true. No, and but to be fair, I do think there is something in the fact that, like, okay, let's say he has a really normal counter to this, but also a weird one.
Thus far,
It could be that, like, if he thinks this is a good spot for TF on 4, even though other people could now pick the normal pick that he would take, it still keeps his pool bigger, you know? So it's not just game 4 and 5 that you should play weird shit if you can play weird shit. But TF is like, okay, this is the thing with loads of champs that aren't meta. They almost always have to like snowball, or like something can go really badly wrong. So Quinn top, for example, or Zillion mid, just as some random examples, I think could go really well. But if the game goes badly at the beginning, they look useless. Whereas if meta champs go badly at the beginning, they often still look okay, and that's why they're meta. So TF is just not in the position in the meta where he can like still look useful. Because of course TF has been meta a bunch. Like there's nothing wrong with the champion. It's just it's balanced now to have to win, basically, in competitive. And of course now there's Cassante and Ambessa and all this kind of shit. Like I think there's more niche places where TF will be useful, I think is the nice way to put it. This is just game 1, okay. That's the end of game 1. So a couple of fights that were just insanely well played, but as soon as they lost that 4v5 really heavily, it was always going to be a toughie.
Might just be an agreement of Ambessa versus Jace, but I don't know whether it's ever worth giving Jace over to anyone, as that champion in the hands of these players is so strong, and so Ambessa going to be snapped up.
Oh lord, this game, the second game. Okay, here's the Ambessa. This is the one. This is what we came to see.
Like what it has been watching the LCK and slams the Warwick here. Hey, there we go. A little bit of enjoyment.
We're going to see the Warwick counter. I don't think so.
Absolute no-brainer here. Saka looks great on this. Also allows him to have a big impact on the sides.
I'm going to get some more water and just let the draft play out. I'll be back in a minute.
Timeout.
Yeah, we'll see what he's going to go towards. This is a pretty strong core. It is a strong core. Even if they, like, you can even do weird stuff, like pick Camille on 3, and that's still flex. Yep. And if it's Zeus playing in the top lane into Ambessa, then maybe you're also okay with it. Lucid, considering the monkey, as it could be a Wukong Ari snap up here from DK, and I think if you're a DK fan, you'd like that change in pace. As far as that is concerned, fair bit of extra damage there from Lucid. Maybe you'll be able to feel a little bit better. Or this could be fun, depending on what Showmaker's going to go there, because this could be a Tryndamere angle, a set angle. Who knows what Showmaker's going to be playing? They could keep the Ambessa as more of an ambiguous pick, as the Ezreal is the consideration.
I really like that. Kai'Sa's already been taken away, which is one of the most often seen counter picks into the Ezreal. Showmaker, we know he has a very deep champion pool, and we're working on a bunch of stuff.
The Mega Flex Pantheon situation.
Yeah, well, at this point it's only X-Zone 2, right?
Okay. Like Pantheon leads in bot lane for the whole middle lane vibe. Lane still exists, right? As there's that Camille pick on 3.
I do think that Camille Rin struggles in the lane, so we'll see how Humble Life is going to pilot that. Now Ezreal doesn't have to be on the ban list for Humble Life because they can just snap it up on 4, and Ezreal is really hard to punish. Also see what DK wants to focus. When it comes to what I think will be the top side, I do actually think this is going to go to Showmaker again just because of the damage spread, right? Yep. Having 80 jungler with 280 sides. We are going to have to see more.
Took me 2 attempts, but I managed to get water. Right. Oh, Galio. Okay, because they know they're going to take Camille on 3. Rather than taking Camille's in, they take the Galio instead, so that they can then pair it with Camille later. Okay, I like that. Xin blind into Ambessa, just wanting a fighting jungler, and then the counter being Lilia and Pantheon mid. Okay. Like this. So is Pantheon a quad flex? Technically, even in pro play, it's been a quad flex. You need to invest in a water fountain in your room. Probably. I have, so it took me 2 attempts, right? Because I have 2 bottles of water and I fill them up and then put them in the fridge to keep them cold. And so I finished one, filled it up, put it in the fridge, and then just came back. Didn't bring the other one. So it took me 2 goes. Okay, there's no like Varus or anything, and no Corki, and Ezreal is on 4-5. So now's the Corki. Braum insanely good into champs that dive onto you. I prefer the Varus. On-hit Varus in this game can be insanely strong. Ooh, okay. Ezreal Karma, so that's going to mean that you almost certainly want the swap, I think, for DK. Ezreal Karma, of course, like Braum and Varus like can fight back a bit early, but Ezreal Karma is just so obnoxious. Karma in herself is just already obnoxious in lane, but
see whether they can do exactly that, because it feels like, I know it's game number 2, it's a best of 5, there are definitely more games after this, but it still feels like do or die. Are there? Yeah, I'm kind of with you on this one, Atlas. Yeah, I think if you lose this one, it'll become very hard. The biggest difference for me is that I think it's way easier to get good target access this time around. There's no
guess out the popcorn.
targets that are so notoriously slippery. There's still the Ezreal, which is a little annoying.
I really like actually hearing like from you guys before the game starts, like the fact that you do it without spoilers, but like I'm just now more excited about what's going to happen. It's quite a fun way. It's a really fun way of watching stuff where someone else could just tell me, like, just get ready. Okay, so checking the top laner and then maybe going top. And here, I mean, with the amount of level 1 vision, the thing is, normally Braum is insanely good level 1, but Karma is also just ridiculously strong level 1. Okay, so they showed top and then they went top. So I think this is good for DK that gets them the swap that they want. How does Zeus know this swap is coming, by the way? Do they see Braum somewhere? Okay, now they see Braum, I guess. They must see Braum on this ward, and Ezra and Karma already are too late. Because he just runs mid. Like, imagine if there was top laners top, and he just runs mid. Because he'd be really late on the top wave if there was top laners. But then they see top lane mid as well. So it's just a classic mid 2v2 of Galio, Camille, and Bessa Pantheon. I like this Pantheon as a counter to Galio, by the way. Although, to be fair, it's also close range, and Galio can do well into close range. But you'd think early on, you just get murdered, I think. And any 2v2 around mid, Zen is strong, though.
Yeah, just out of vision. There it is, level 2 is going to be gained. Whether it's going to be enough is the question. Exactly right. He's going to tag. Yeah, that ward gives away Barrel's position. Peanut nowhere near. Hex tech sweep.
Okay.
He's trying to soften up, but it's not going to be quite enough, though, as they do start this one off. Barrel can take one more shot. He does not want to get the ramped up turret.
He's just getting so much XP from this.
Yeah, Showmaker is in a little bit of trouble here. He's had that conqueror proc, but it's not going to be enough to help him. And he wasn't spotted, so it's not saying you can see in the picture that's very cool. And now, the TP or the back didn't actually go through.
Oh, that's cool, like replay, vision replay. But I mean, Siwu can't go top. Or Shiwu, I don't know how you say it. So now you're... I guess Pantheon's less early than he used to be. Still used to like old Doinby playing the old Pantheon in mid lane. Which just had the spears that were like undodgeable. Just like... over and over again. They're just so obnoxious to play against in lane. Okay, so top lanes are going top. Going to avoid losing another plate here on this top side. 600 gold is now the advantage as Lucid comes. Okay, Siwu. Okay. Where DK could have found lead because we know the Lilia farm so incredibly fast, but Peanut's also been able to navigate his way through the jungle absolutely beautifully. Showmaker does do his best to try and stop those winds of war from knocking him out of the lane. So far, he's looking a bit worse for wear. Yeah, it's interesting because I think normally Pantheon should have a better time in the longer trades because Galio, so much of his burst is up front, right? Yeah. Go in for some CC, drop the winds of war, but you don't really get to extend your trades because he's running phase rush. Actually, staying on top of them is kind of hard, and the lane phase does start looking great now. I do think DK has been able to pull it back a little bit. The plate lead is going to remain as long as the turret doesn't actually drop. Though it's not the end of the world. We do see though because of the soap of experience for Shiu, Barrel is behind in experience, just shy of level. Aiming and Viper are a lot closer. We're gonna have to see DK once they hit 6 and the power of Lucid and Showmaker gets enabled to do a lot more. That's another cancel found by Zeus there. Yeah, Zeus continuing to just sit on his full wave crashes in.
It just feels like Zeus has had DK in the palm of his hand so far this game. So much of this early game he has been responsible for. And we're actually having a conversation about lane swaps on the box state. Just earlier on, we were saying like, how is a good lane swap supposed to be entertaining? Well, this is definitely a good lane swap played out by HLE, largely due to Zeus. Showmaker splits up his shield and tries his very best to be okay. Lucid now in position to try and exit this. He takes the first one. Okay, able to spin around a bit, but there is the heroic entrance. Grand Starfall coming on through as Lucid avoids the knock-up, but that is going to leave his Pantheon alone. And Lucid cannot actually help out here as Zeus gets over the wall.
Okay. wait. I'm gonna have to go back and see this. So we just all just decide that this is time to just full send it for grubs.
Just shy of level. Aiming and Viper are
okay.
A lot closer. We're gonna have to see DK once they hit 6 and the power of Lucid and Showmaker gets enabled to do a lot more. That's another cancel found by Zeus there.
Yeah, Zeus continuing to just sit on his Doran shield. I'm issuing the same situation. It just feels like Zeus has had DK in the palm of his hand so far this game. So much of this early game he has been responsible for. And we're actually having a conversation about lane swaps on the POG state.
Okay.
Just earlier on, and we were saying like...
So Braum goes to mid, Karma goes to mid. It's a mid 2v2.
Lane swap played out by HLE, largely due to Zeus. As Showmaker splits up his shield and tries his very best to be okay. Lucid now in position
Peanut's there, but the E steals the first one.
Okay, able to spin around a bit, but
Skyfall comes down.
Grand Starfall coming on through as Lucid avoids the knock-up, but that is going to lead
They jump onto the light.
and Lucid cannot actually help out here as Zeus gets over.
Zeus jumps in really, really deep, but no 6 for Lilia, so she can't just like clean up this place.
That is first blood, and in quick succession, the second one as well. As the Winds of War coming on through here.
Okay, Siwu.
They take down the Lilia, but she is at least able to answer one
Okay,
of them. But that's
Shiu is what they say.
already
Shiu.
for HLE as far as kills.
Yeah, and even with that Braum passive, there just was nothing.
Okay.
The thing there for me is that Zeus had already completed the back, Shiu hasn't, and Zeus was still earlier to the play. The one upside here is that
I feel like that should have worked much better for DK.
we do have aiming, getting finally.
They weren't all there though.
But these early skirmishes were DK's bread and butter.
Yeah, this was supposed to be where they were going to find the avenue into the game. Unfortunately, they have slipped out instead. Let's see whether they can actually find that back. At least they deny the objective feed of strength.
There's a level lead here for the light. They try and go in Peanut, but that obviously doesn't work. Play gets extended because of the shield to come through. And then Farrell's a lower level. Lucy doesn't have his ultimate. And even with Farrell blocking there, Showmaker's still going down. You can see Shiu as well. He's like, where do I go? Can't just join the fight because he doesn't have his ultimate available. And I thought that the Braum passive might mean that they can kill Zeka just a little bit faster. And as we can see, Viper running over.
So it ends up just, it's not really a 4v4.
It's a sizable deficit very early on. With Peanut already building a lead on Zinzao, champion that is notoriously snowbally. And DK, they get the next skirmish, and then maybe one more. But after that, this is feeling an awful lot like game number 1.
Yeah, public execution is at least now available for Shiu. But Hextech Ultimatum on the other side of the coin is also going to be up. So some big deal ultimates for the next fight going to be up.
Okay, Tiamat tier.
Zeus was
Pantheon mid.
Sure that it was going to be okay, but yeah, like we were saying, with these ultimates available, it can be pretty dicey here on the top side of the map. Zeus going to give away his position, gets that physical shield. She was still able to win out on that trade. Sending him underneath the turret, and the young gun, see what he can get done here. This Ambassador pick is a huge deal for DK as well, just because she has been so incredibly good at this champion.
And he's going to have to, right? Like, he's the only one that's sitting on a sizable lead. He is, I assume, going to be able to really keep pulling this game until we get to the very late stage of the game. Right, eventually, Emil just kind of outskills almost
I
everything.
mean, he's so smooth with all the little trades as well.
Q2 always feels great. Not too bad. As Farrell is still level 4. Will hit 6 off of the next minion. I don't know.
They're going to get this tower.
Hit 6 will hit the floor.
Okay, the ult comes through straight away with Showmaker coming down as well.
Farrell is just going to take the kitchen sink.
Farrell. He's almost dead. Okay, and then the return play, I think that's just going to be a kill, right? Yeah.
There's the ulti coming out from Shiu. Hextech Ultimatum comes on through. He gets the shield. The flash forward. He flashes.
Oh my god.
The turret trying to keep Lucid alive, and it will.
That was a tragedy. How is that such a tragedy?
There he goes. They push in the minion wave. There's the
Oh, he just doesn't get the full damage on his W?
Farrell is just going to take the kitchen sink and then is going to be able to stand beside his teammates. Sure, he's trying to be okay. As yeah, you can see that Zeus is still trying to go home. Oh man. Could be nap time. There he goes. They push.
He just needs to run out quicker, so he needs to W him already. But I think that's not the full damage from W. Because I think he's just dead there. With ult into W, I think it's full damage. Yeah, it's not full damage. It's hard to tell because he gets slammed down at the same time, so he's taking the ambassador damage.
Oh, that was not the cleanest execution there from Lucid and Shiu. I do think it's notoriously hard to dive Camille because the fact that she can use her ult to offset. So they played the first part well, where they go for the bubble. They ensure that Zeus just can't cancel the sleep by ulting on top of Shiu. But then there, I think it's Shiu that cancels the sleep. And I think Lucid doesn't actually hit the center of his W, which is where so much of the Lilia damage comes from. Yeah, I think he just barely misses it. So he still does damage, but not quite as much. And then Zeus plays it super cleanly, extends the play, trades flash for flash.
I actually think that Shiu taking that last turret shot, those saved Lucid. Lucid definitely couldn't have taken 2. So that was well played. And ultimately, they did manage to get the kill.
Okay, so Fed Ambassador versus everyone on the enemy team stronger. And it's going to be 5 grubs, I guess. And he's got teleport. Oh, didn't even see that. He didn't have teleport for grubs? This grubs fight that everyone fought at? Wouldn't it have been better to save the Varus TP for that? No. We got the next set though. So 3 for 3.
Very strong thus far in the LCK, and they've really scaled into it nicely. The last time these two teams faced off, I think Live looked a lot worse. We had the issue of them being...
And Feet's already done by HLE, so...
Then never everyone at the same time. Yep. This game isn't done by any means. I do think DK still have a good amount of pressure, but playing the Live is playing like this, it's going to have to be some team fighting that's better than what we've seen thus far from DK. I think the confidence that really rules a lot of their previous series is not really to be seen just yet. A second dragon would go a long way to make it happen, though.
Absolutely, especially when it is a Infernal. First one was a Cloud, so certainly going to be some good souls up
there.
Making sure, of course, that Orcs is paying attention.
Oh, look at that. Zeus just now finishes his...
Yeah, Force is done. Eclipse is up for Shiu, but I think you're feeling pretty good about opportunity for Spike here for the Camille. Lucid tanking up the Q from Delight, doesn't feel too happy about it.
Yeah, they want the down control, and this is something we haven't talked about yet, but the engage for DK is also pretty lackluster. The poke with this Ezreal Karma is always going to be a big deal.
The engage Braum, and the ulti out from Shiu is just going to go completely wide. Viper going to take that opportunity to throw some Mystic Shots through, and the Braum unable to do anything at all. And Barrel out of position now. Mystic Shot going to be avoided. The door was there, though. The Barrel's still out of this fight, as that should be. The Drake going on over to Peanut. And this is, like, I feel like HLE have not taken anything that they didn't make for themselves, right? Like, they create the space and then Peanut's on the dragon. They're not going too far.
Oh, yeah, no, I thought what you were saying is that all their advantages are made, not given.
Yeah, they push him away, they get the dragon. I mean, it's hard. This game is already really hard. Pantheon does scale well, much better than he used to, but I still think you haven't really got what you wanted from this pick. Especially when it could have been Swain. Maybe with Lilia it doesn't work, but... She can also get... Ooh. Okay. Shield lasts a long time, and then the sleep comes through. Oh, this one. Okay, right. This is the one I was like, is this the fight? Okay, so let's just enjoy this. So he doesn't have time to stack up his thing to get the max E, but he still stalls for a decent amount of time. The tower shot plus the double hit. Zeus just gets one tapped by that. And now in this little choke, like Ezreal is really, really strong, but so is the Varus ult. So Ezreal can just stay over and throw shit at you. He misses a Q there. But now he hits everything. And then this is just like so clean. And he's going to get out. So the first big fight went in favor of HLE. The second big fight went in favor of DK.
I was ready for that one too. But instead he decided to just single-handedly hold DK into this game. That might save the series. Maybe.
He's dashing, yeah. I'm pretty sure the comms in a game like that are just like, oh. Because you're just like, what is he even doing? How is this even working? It flashes in there to get a chunk.
Yeah, this is the true insanity. Goes back in, then dashes out, then re-engages with the ultimate, and the ult only keeps him alive, I think, because he got flashed away. Yeah, and Lucian's like, what the hell, man?
He's just happy.
Because of that play, that's 5 flashes gone for Hamba. And you know what? That man should not get access to a Hex Soul. That's the value, baby. He didn't even have it yet. He was already going to Oh, okay. Maybe we're just underestimating Hex Soul.
Still cool gold. Yeah, I mean, they have one fight go either way. Still should be hard for DK, I think. But it's also like a big like mental swing moment. So now you've got Herald. You're going to try and pressure down on mid.
Will be able to help do a decent chunk of work, opening up the map here for a team that really does like a lot of open space to play with. The Grand Skyfall certainly a big benefactor of that one. Showmaker can get in there anytime he wants. The Strikebreaker is
now it's going to be about the Galio ult plus the Pantheon ult, like who's going to be able to get more pressure on side there. Cleanse was down, so you have to go for someone like that. I like this actually. So they're giving up top to just both go, sorry, bot, to just both go towards top, but then I think Zeus shows, and now Zeka TP's bot. So they have one like cycle to make a play on top side.
Charitable impression. And do you think once he hits a 2-item spike, Finn will insanely strong any champion that has slows and or any form of the mobilizing? Well, Showmaker obviously is both. Yep. So he's going to be feeling great as the Dragon. Definitely want to pick that up here for DK. We already mentioned there is so much to think for Shield. Already, as we saw in the previous fight.
Rift make a Lilia as well. And
even just healing them, you can on the Q, right?
Yeah.
We do need to, Shield does need to make sure he can't die. That is a very important matter here. But, you know, who cares? Outer turret already went down in the bot side, so it's not like this matters for the Sandals. Aiming also now hitting the 2-item spike. Do you think that the Varus from here on out just gets stronger and stronger if he gets to play the game? Which again is going to be a bit of a rough one into things like Camille and Xin Zhao. As we have a trap being set, but for who, I am not sure yet. Still not entirely. Showmaker's on his way as well. Yeah, that's going to be the steal. Successful. There's the blast cone.
Okay.
That gets out Barrel's ultimate as well. Daikon is going to make his way onto the rift. He's created so much space.
Did they get the steal?
Yeah, I think most of low
I think so.
Probably Barrel did that. He doesn't die. So that's all that matters. I think they were looking for a play with Showmaker there, but they couldn't quite find the angle.
Now it's a little bit of a gold lead.
There's some Megaturn action for you.
Because they pick up both the all the outer towers. They just start it. It's difficult to come in here though. Brawlmont's down still though. Not sure why you do this. Like, why are you starting this with Brawlmont down? I don't know why they would go for that. Maybe they're just testing, you know, like, see, if the enemy doesn't see this coming, then it's great for us. If they do, we just back off. Started to get quite low, though.
As an MMO guy, I do understand that it is theoretically bad. However, as an MMO guy, I've stood in my fair share of fire, all right? Like the good or just accidentally the bad? Well, let's just, I often die on a mixed fight. Let's just say that. As Showmaker, going to be tanking the front lines, that is a lot of value there from Peanut, but they're not going to be able to find it engage. And this is one of the things that HLE does struggle to do, and that is engage. Yeah. As now, maybe Tom Alive return to play, and they just hard force Archon here because they do need to answer. Seka does have a TP available in just a few seconds, so he can match, but I don't think he's going to be too happy facing off into Shi, who doesn't actually have his item yet, by the way. Yeah, you win the short trade. I think Shi also identifies that no need for him to go in there. Should have Star's done now. Yeah, should be heading home.
Okay.
So we'll see. 3 items, of course, going to be completely ridiculous, but he does complete his... Oh, man, that is a lot of damage.
What would we do here if you're
For the Spear of Shojin, that ability damage
either of
is
these teams?
even more crazy when it comes to these fights. And the one place where I do think that DK have an edge when it comes to the head-to-head is that Karma. Right?
So
One of the picks that early on can feel insane.
this Ezreal Karma, like, still going to be able to be like playing fast and mobile. I just really like on-hit Varus in this game. I think could be so strong.
Doesn't have his third item just yet. Yeah. As they're just starting up again, and this time around,
There's a lot of DPS up here towards the top side of the map.
they're putting him in awkward position.
Yeah, look at this. Aim gets challenge, getting that work done. Peanut going to try. You can see Barrel. He's just giving them the door. Bear's trying to get in, and now Peanut almost close enough, but it's aiming and locks it down. Peanut now realizing he just has to get out as the two-man taunt comes through, but everyone's getting Sleepy Shield. Can you stay alive? And the answer is it doesn't matter because he takes the quick way out and loses.
Oh, that's a big sleep. Okay, let me look. Let me look at this again.
That early on can feel insanely oppressive. She always provides
So last time they just went for it without any tools. Now Beryl has no flash,
as long as he has
but all flash is up on the side of HLE.
at home while life's gonna be in too much trouble.
So again, this is a weird like timer to force this fight.
Particularly because aiming has
They
gone
clear the vision,
the on-hit variety. Doesn't have his third item just yet.
but enemy just is the same thing. So often, guys,
There's a lot of DPS.
Atakan is not where Baron is. It's not where Dragon is. It's further away. You rush to mid lane, you don't get time to come in. Beryl can just block everyone.
The door. Bear's trying to get in, and now Peanut almost close enough, but it's aiming that locks it down.
And you just don't have time.
Realizing that he just has to get out as the two-man taunt comes through.
It's just, but it's just
Sleepy Shield. Can you stay alive?
every game.
Because
I literally, the first conversation I had with Vizichachi, we were talking about new things in the patch, and I was saying, in the new season, and I was saying, I think the fact that Atakan is not where Baron is going to mess people up at the beginning of the season. I didn't expect to still be saying it at the end of February.
starting to form on our hands.
Last game was a nightmare for DK.
It's not where Baron is. It's further away. If you send 4 people to mid, you can't get there in time. They can slow you down.
Pointing out the damage with on-hit Varus as well as the Lilia. Great. They do need literally everyone here to ensure Peanut doesn't get the attempt for a steal. And then Shiu drags a bunch of people away, which I think this is where it looks a little dicey, right?
I literally already have a short on my YouTube complaining about it, and I'm going to make another one just for the sake of it.
Finds the damage necessary.
Because they just give like, it's just,
I don't know what the exact timer is.
now they have to rush, like they're so fast, they have to just rush there, and they just have to leg it, and so it's very easy to keep the jungler away because he can't go any other route than the most direct route, and it's very easy to play the fight afterwards because they can't organize for the fight. They have to just go, because if they organize for the fight, then you definitely know you're losing Atakan, and there you are going to lose the fight anyway because you go 2 for 2 or something like that, and your 2 people are actually dead and their 2 people are not.
This is going to the team that has engage advantage anyway, right? Like they can throw out the public executions, the chains of corruptions. Even Beryl can flash forward if he wants to, but the bowling ball's, I think, probably a more reliable one. I just needed to tilt all of the engage Brom disbelievers, which I don't. Can you be a disbeliever in something that isn't real?
Isn't that also you?
Yeah, no, I hate it, but it is kind of funny.
Time, man.
Especially when you put 5 points in queue as early as possible. Showmaker is going to discover Peanut, and Peanut is going to blast cone himself the wrong direction, straight into all of
Showmaker
the
blast cone that, I think.
As now he's just trying to knock people up, get over the wall,
Okay.
and aiming shoots him in the back of the head.
Is it just going to all fall apart or what?
I haven't seen this specific, but this too is
Because he's just invading by himself, and Showmaker happens to see him.
Point has multiple sides. They still have
So he does.
right now, so I don't think that they. I think they're looking for a return. I don't think you actually want to try and do it.
Got red buff though, so it's worth.
Vladimir making his way in.
Poke is in here.
Four people here for DK. So the teleport coming through from absolutely right. Shoot it.
Oh,
Finds that public execution. And HLE, they've realized now that
how does he find that?
but that doesn't matter. Delight is just dead. Zeka is off on the other
Ezreal not have E?
but this time he's executed. It's Showmaker with a double kill, and that should be a Baron once again for DK. They move back to the pit. They'll take it this time. And then Shellacking's up. The Shellacking's here in this series. As DK have really taken the bull by the horns. Peanut looking to try and make his way and do something heroic. As Beryl zoning once more. They get the control ward over. As Peanut has an idea of this health bar. The audacious charge.
Okay, okay,
Going down real low.
okay.
Steals it. He tries to get some kills off the back end. He'll go down.
How has that happened?
Showmaker with a double kill, and that should be a Baron once again for DK. They move back to the pit.
What is going on? It's
Shellacking's here in this series.
just go for him, guys. Stop, 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 stop it. He's in there at 2k. Just kill him. He's just standing still. Oh my god. And actually, Delight was up, so Delight has Baron. Oh, he's mid casting W, so he can't E. That's kind of unlucky.
Paying off so much in this game. Almost a well-timed escape there from Zeka. But
Viper's dead again.
yeah, we did get this.
Okay, aiming.
Actually enough, 'cause if you look,
I was very hyped for this aiming Viper matchup, but I think in this game, aiming is getting the better of him.
I don't know how he died. I guess
Viper is just getting caught over and over by Shiwu.
Still available, so it wasn't that. We'll have to play a little minigame of Cluedo and maybe get the answers with a replay. Or maybe we just
This game is... Oh, it's a nice leap. This game is wild.
credit to Aiming as well. He is a player that has been so often criticized for how volatile he is on 80 carries without an escape.
Yeah.
He died once, but he had the outcome buff, so it's not a real death. As we take another look here, Showmaker starts it up and forces Viper to make his way over the wall, whereas she was just happily waiting.
Yep, and that's why I didn't have to press the R button. It all makes sense. 44 seconds.
Now, it's 6 gold lead. It's still not unwinnable here for Humble Life. We have third item spike on Viper. We also have Zeus, almost level 16. But they're going to have to find some heroics here to actually win the fight. Maybe you just let the Camtech go. But as mentioned, I think that this is actually one of the occasions where...
Yeah, Camtech feels pretty... I mean, Showmaker was just cruising around...
Okay.
Under 50% health, chronically.
Yeah.
So...
They're going to TP to mid, just so they're on the same timer with the Varus. Playing against Baron for no reason. For absolutely no reason. Okay. Zeka's on a nice flank. And he's managed to find his way into the bush. He doesn't go out to show too early, hopefully. Okay, he's trying to get a big taunt if they all walk into the bush. Like now he's channeling it because they look like they were walking in. Instead they go forward. Pantheon just fighting Peanut on the side. Okay, this Pantheon ult is terrible. You literally didn't move. I'm pretty sure you lose loads of DPS to ult on your face. Uh-oh.
Oh no! The lilting lullaby is still there from this Lilia, and Viper is doing his very best.
Oh, clean. This game is wild. I'm pretty sure they win that super easily if Showmaker just doesn't ult. Because all this time that he's ulting, he can't do anything. So even if the ult does damage, which it barely does, and stacks his passive, he could just be like Viper can just kill someone while he's standing still doing his pose, and then he jumps into the air and Viper finishes the kill. Then he slams down and Viper still gets away.
But Lucid just had all of the buttons left available. So DK now with the Chemtech Soul, 7,000 gold, the advantage, and a minute and a half until the Baron is up and available. That is going to be the next port.
So it's going to be Stride Breaker into tank. Okay.
And we have bounties up for the inner turrets left standing on the map.
Completely different feel of game, but the score might end up being remarkably similar to the previous one. That's kind of interesting to think about.
It is odd because it does feel like this game was teetering until that play on the top side of the map. Yeah. Instead of the last one where it was just a slow, inevitable collapse.
Yeah, there was no teetering.
No, not a lot of teetering. It was the slow motion.
It was very well telegraphed.
It's 5k lead, but it does not feel like that. Like it doesn't feel like it's lost.
Which I do think is kind of hard into Humble Life, as the only one that can really do a good job of taking down these sorts of weapons himself in harm's way is Aiming, who's about halfway through his cooldown on the GA. Also, Barrel has gone for the counter circle. Because Humble Life has a lot of circles. Guess what? Barrel has one as well.
He just wants some redemption, man. Doesn't make some sense. Shu trying to cut through Zeus. He had 3 items down. John Hysterics comes in for the top laner DK. The answer is there, though. Zeus has his GA completed.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for Nash, which I think makes sense. What you try to do here is don't try and hard force on a turret. Just set up Nash, force them to engage, and then turn on Humble Life. I do think DK's turn is actually quite great, as we've seen in many of these fights. So just needs to force Humble Life to go in. That said, though, Mikhail's not done for the light as well. We have 3 items for Zeus, level 17. Zeka does also finish his stopwatch. His hourglass, I should say. So, after that last team fight, I think DK very understandably trying to play this one to 100% out. Because if you take a bad team fight against Humble Life, you go down 0-2,
Died.
oh, no, the series. I mean, the series is so done.
I'm not going to get through the whole series, I think, at this rate. We'll just do the first, like, 3 games.
A single inhibitor hit. And secondly, let that get to him, so maybe we're a bit premature. But I think DK just going to start this one up and force a response out of Humble Life. At some point, we'll have no choice.
Okay, they're starting it for fun, because why not? But Zeus is on a really nice flank. He gets spotted by Showmaker. Showmaker can mark as well now. He's quite tanky. They're just playing for a sleep. Chemtech Soul is also really useful, I think, in a game like this. And they start it because why not? How does he not die again? Like, it's just... Okay. That's game, right? 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 It's game?
DK bringing us to 1-1 again. Humble Life team fighting kind of out of this world. The fact that it's even close, testament to their resilience. But I think DK are about to bring us to a 5-series atlas. Have you checked your hands lately? Oh, I did. Remember, I checked before and it was starting to appear. The game really is written all over them at this point. The font is getting too large for it to even be readable as the first Nexus turret is taking its hits. Yeah, DK just got back away. I think if they haven't taken the Baron, oh dear, that is going to be the pickup though. It's the last to be taken down. Viper and Zeka are coming up. They have to leave. They can take Nash.
Okay. Okay. Well, they only actually got... Okay, no, they did get 3 kills. They just don't have the time to end. I thought they did, so I guess I shouldn't be angry that they thought they did.
Slowly disintegrating. Zeka goes golden. He tries to be the hero. Flaming has that DPS, and DK, they lose no one and wipe the fight. 7.2k damage from Viper, but that's Gamsec value, baby. All the 150, no one goes down, and that should be DK bringing us to 1-1. Again, Humble Life team fighting kind of out of this world. The fact that it's even close.
Chronicle, I think, is going to end as
Are
well.
about to bring us to a tied series atlas. Have you checked your hands lately?
Oh, I did. Remember, I checked before and it was starting to appear, but game really is written all over them at this point. The font is getting too large for it to even be readable as the first Nexus turret is taking its hits. Yeah, DK just going to have to back away, I think. If they haven't taken the Baron, oh dear, that is going to be the pickup though, as the light going to be taken down.
Viper and Zeka are coming up. They have to leave. They can take Nash.
Remember what happened when we had another team that also did this? Is okay, Peanut going to be taking half of his health bar. Zay's looking for an angle shear. Trying to get him out here. Look at these health bars. They're all over Peanut. Going to be the first one to go down. And the value of the
Okay.
gentlemen is absurd. As is
You had to try this.
but unfortunately, 10,000 gold is a hell of a lot of gold. As there's the Chemtech value being
Viper? Viper? There's no hope. There, the Chemtech, by the way, is just so high value. You trolled me. I thought they actually were going to not win somehow. Okay, third game, Jace, first pick. And you can take the Sedge. Poppy's up as well. That's the thing they do a lot in LCKs. They like fully change the bans going into these later games of Fearless. So suddenly loads of stuff is open that wasn't. And it's like Kliss has been banned every game, but in game 4 and 5, someone's just going to let it open.
Can also get pinched. So maybe we'll see aiming pick something up here. That is an aiming classic. And let me tell you, thus far, the champions on Humble Life do not do a great job.
I mean, Showmaker's played this mid. We've seen this.
Nautilus already taken out the pool as well. And you're going to need something. Vi also not there.
Yeah.
So the Zeri definitely going to be a big threat. Now there are a lot of lanes that you can take as a Zeri that just bully her relentlessly. With lane swaps, that's not as black and white as it once was.
Awesome bans, because there aren't that many carries left remaining, right? We've had 2 games prior to this. As
Okay, so technically also Jason Aurora can flex.
Lulu on 4. So really like Humble Life ban it, that's fine as well. But it does really
I would expect it to go to Zeus.
Barrel on the Poppy, which makes sense. Between the two,
Zeus.
definitely more of the Poppy
we haven't
player.
seen Poppy support so far in the
Because he's not bad at Jace.
and so it is very likely hitting over to Barrel. He's also really likes playing and then walking into the enemy jungle and then
They banned the Lulu.
tempo death. Is that what it was? That's why it's redacted. You should know.
Huh?
Secret tech. Number 1 barrel apologist.
It's not apologies. You never apologize for greatness, Chronicler. Yeah.
And the Ash.
Probably Ash has made it so far for the draft. That's already dropped in priority.
Why do you want to ban Lulu here?
And yeah, we are continuing the bans towards
Aren't you always threatening Lulu for Lulu Zeri?
We're still up, but
Or is it definitely just going to be mid Zeri?
Oh god. Wait, where would it go? Never mind.
Okay, let's not get.
Yeah, I was getting
I
enthusiastic
think
when I
it's
didn't
going
need
to be Viego, which I'm not super excited about. Oh, it's going to be like Viego Swain again. It's like, oh,
no.
maybe it's Rumble mid. I don't know, Atlas.
So it is Viego, which means it's Poppy support, which means it could be another AD on 5.
It might not. Let's see what Humble Life esports round out the composition with. As could be, Caitlyn idea. Jin is sort of conceding a little bit, but of course, you don't really need to play the same game as Zeri if you do lock that one in.
I still don't get why you ban Lulu.
I mean, I don't know. Normally I see Jin and it just makes
What do I think is Nord's main issue? At the moment, we're not going aggressive enough when we have time on side, and so we end up just grouping up and then losing something on the other side. So we need to be more aggressive on the specific windows. That's what we're learning this week.
so much DPS from this composition.
Yeah, my man has really been watching LP. I mean, I'm pretty sure he did a shout out as well, because Dudio also was the one that I'm pretty sure that's the Pantheon tank game I saw.
Okay, so maybe they always knew it was going to be aiming on the Zeri, and therefore they banned the Lulu because they want Poppy support already.
First item. It does set up okay for Viego. You provide the lockdown, like between Poppy and Ryze, it's okay. I think the problem is that when you look at Humble Life, like that's a
Ryze I don't mind here though.
you have good poke,
Jin is a bit low damage,
a lot of competition, a lot of different
lower damage
and then you look at the
for people who get a bit tanky, and Ryze can get a bit tanky.
there's not much setup, for example, for what you'd like with a Rumble, right? Or something like a Rel, to lock people down. And then it's also Showmaker Ryze. And I think Showmaker, unfortunately, has been not looking too hot today. Has had a really good upscale stuff so far, but I think he needs to step it up in this game number 3 if we want to get a win on the Ryze.
I think he was saving himself for the last 3 games. At least let's hope that that was what was happening as his rise going to be seeing whether
Okay.
it's the same things that Poby did yesterday. Let us know.
I mean, the whole LCK is sponsored by Hammer Life. Talking about how big they are as a company.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for the 3rd time on the tied up series. As Peanut, oh dear, heroically charged into the wall.
Okay.
The rest of his teammates are coming out, but as you can see, means that Peanut is going to have to delay.
Doesn't quite get one shot.
Beginning of the jungle, just by a little bit.
Yeah, I think DK could have definitely gone on. They could have gone on.
It's Aftershock Poppy, not Halo Blades.
But not gonna be the case.
It's more just that they didn't get the flash out of Peanut. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think they just didn't want to flip the game in, the final deciding best of 5.
Rumble's shown top
I'm so confused.
If they had brought him, I'm sure they would have.
That's true.
on the ward, but it hangs around mid.
As you can see, it was
In case there's the swap.
having to adjust anything.
Yeah, it's also one of those things where if Lucid goes, because I'm pretty sure he didn't go W, just went Q. If Lucid goes W, then you might be able to, but it takes so much time off of your early clear. As we do the lane swap.
Jin Leona won the swap. Okay.
Humble Life, who, gonna try and dodge that lane.
Speaking of dodging,
I think it's mostly because of the Rumble specifically. Rumble, obviously, just in general, absolute nightmare to lane into.
Interesting.
Big reason is, was it Lens that just did this as well? This exact
Oh, I saw this as well. Fucking barrel, by the way.
he thought that he did not have the damage. And Barrel, look at Barrel's face. That's that.
he's just having a bit of a chuckle at it, gives him the double thumbs up, and it was as if Peanut was looking at a different part of the map. It was very weird. I don't know, was it obvious to you that he was just dead? It was obvious to me that he was just dead.
I think he was just looking at lanes.
Barrel did have flash though, so maybe he's dead and no flash. And then if Barrel doesn't have flash, he's got hex flash, and actually he's more dangerous.
Yeah, that's a really big deal. It delays your early clear by so much.
Yeah. Well, now Delight is in his brush. That only makes things a 2 versus 2 as Peanut.
Now it's going to be Rumble just getting free farm 1v1, and I think he can actually threaten Jin as well.
He's taking a little bit of
That
damage.
is Jay, so off, but down a member. I would expect DK to try and look for an invade on top side.
Okay.
All right, let's check out the sick mechanics. As he just says, he's right here. And then he says,
He tackles maniacally. And then one is out. And that was before he did the double thumbs up. Oh, Beryl is just hunting. Wait, he's just
What?
Okay, maybe he's just dead.
What?
He's still cackling!
How is he there?
As well, like, what is this?
Oh no.
What did he mean by this?
You know, in game number 1, what really was the thing where I think we disliked most was how muted DK looks.
Yeah.
That's gone. I guess they were just scaling into the series, and it's just another reminder that Beryl cannot be comprehended. I do want to give credit to Humble Life. I think that having the light
Beryl cannot be comprehended. I like that.
Really bad early situation.
Some things are just not meant to be understood.
He's also going to be able, with some difficulty, to pick up that Raptor camp. And is still behind in gold because Peanut got the kill on Beryl.
Yeah, so Peanut gets his revenge, and that gets him back into the game almost entirely. So they're going to have to do a little bit of work here, trying to find their way back through. I do like how DK's composition does work. It really just feels like a slobber knocker type composition, right? Like it's everyone's very short range, but everyone does a lot of things all of the time.
Yeah, a lot of damage to come through. And the amount of upfront burst that you have is completely bonkers. And we've seen Hanwha with a more tanky lineup before. I imagine Zays with Rough is going to go for the, kind of off-tank brute build, not full tank, not full damage either. But this is a far cry from what we had before, which is like the Kasante Maokai setup, where it actually felt like no one was scalable. If Beryl stuns someone into the wall, and either Lucid, Showmaker, or she was nearby, they should generally die.
Yeah, they don't have the kind of CC mitigation that they had in the previous position.
Yeah, the invulnerability.
Kasante can't be CC'd, you've got Feather Storms, it's just a lot of like, this is impossible. Yeah, we're just going to get, Lucid was coming down?
What is he doing? Like, what? What?
That's the only way that I could go.
To get to the top side invade. I don't know if that's true, Beryl. I think you could have gone for your mid.
What do you mean the only way I can go? To where? The only way I can go to base. Maybe his B key is broken. Okay. I mean, Peanut is so far behind from that early play. Like, it doesn't matter, I guess, that he got just his free assist. I can't see the setup properly, but... Okay, so they swap. They let a wave crash and die in bot. Then they're going to push up in mid and bring the wave and aiming over to the play with Rise. They get 3 people in this somehow? No. Okay, right. So 3 people coming down from top, 2 people coming down from mid. Yeah, it's a really nice flank.
I was going to say the same thing. Game number 1, we had 0 tactical destinies. First round. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, the light should be here in time.
And also, Viper's able to clear out the way, so they have to wait for the combo line in.
Yeah, they're always going to.
They're just completely leaving bot, aiming proxies one wave, so Siwu goes back to bot lane and just teleports.
Follow-up damage is going to be there.
Yeah, Showmaker wasn't there, otherwise there might be a kill opportunity. I was wondering if Lucid wanted to maybe knock back, try to look for a flash forward from Zakka, but I don't think he would have damage. He seems to think the same. Peanut already being put behind though. Now, if there is one member of Humble Life you want to be, if you have to have someone be put behind, it's definitely Peanut.
He's Nexus one as well, yeah.
Yeah, not quite as resilient as Maokai, but still definitely there. Is that one help still get it?
The Realm Warp Steadfast presence as well is really rough.
Yeah, that's a disgusting combo. Aiming also being brought in. Aiming getting the kill I think would have been the best case scenario, but Lucid is close second.
Okay.
So if we're going to check in on defeats of strength, one more kill.
Classic. Is this a classic? Is this what a classic is? A classic Beryl? He just literally runs it. Like, you think Hylissang is like too aggressive sometimes, but this is just like completely another thing. Okay. Rise just putting down some damage. When people are short range and you have a bunch of people to get through, and it's good to be a bit tankier. I do like this Rise, and the mobility is good. You see it a lot more in LPL. I mean, Doingby played it once and just absolutely ran the game, and so everyone's like, oh, okay. Okay, it's playable. They pick up the dragon.
I think the execution is always going to be a bit finicky. As there we go again.
Here's another Realm Warp, as they don't manage to get on top of the line. They don't need to because they barbecue the ground underneath him. And then it's Lucid's turn to be a Leona. Zay's going to be able to stop Showmaker from going back home immediately. But DK, this is a far cry from what we saw on the red side in game number 1. So much more proactivity, so much more successful plays in this early game, and they're trying to make them. You can feel the confidence. And so a great look for them as we move into what could be match point for either team coming out of this game. Well, I say could. I mean, it will be. That's how it works when you're 1-1. You do move to 2 after 1.
It's okay.
I didn't fail math.
Did you?
I didn't actually. That's relatively good.
Good for you. Unfortunately, the map doesn't quite work out for Humble Life as they are finding themselves in a deficit.
That was 3-1, wasn't it? Because the light died.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was. I did, in fact, I didn't have a good map. As right now, grubs are about to spawn, 15 seconds. And DK have been successful in these skirmishes, but it has often come down to them just teleporting on top of someone, off Hanwha, and killing them.
Okay, so teleport on both side laners. The second set of grubs they can both play for. Reset coming in for Jace, so he's going to be ready to TP. Okay, gets cancelled. Rumble, though, is really strong in these kind of fights. Beryl just... Like, he's just really far forward, and I don't quite know why. So here is now fine, but like when Viego leaves, you can't walk in and just...
control. 1 for 1 in the end. Both of the supports now on the ground. Shiu, 2 seconds until the equalizer is back up and available. And HLE, they know it. Oh, gee, really wants to press that button. He does so. It's now Viper. He is the target aiming. Doesn't skate
There's not very much setup though. Like with you're playing Rumble with no setup. It's always a bit annoying.
Secure one of these grubs. See whether DK can collect one themselves. Neither speaks of strength. Delight looking for his way in. Gets that control ward down. Vision advantage here for HLE. As DK are all stacked up. These health bars going down too low. So HLE, they will be able to get 4 grubs. And that is a big win for them because they also get the fear of strength that is going to even things out as far as the race to objectives are concerned. And being able to stand their ground and actually win it is a good sign for the future. And so is this. Barrel face checks yet another of these rushes.
Yeah, and he wants to get back because he wants to protect Shiu, I imagine. It does look like they have done a vision, right? Like
He comes up and he protects you. I thought he was going to die again. Of all the supports who sometimes run it, Beryl is the funnest, I think. Right, we've got Hilly, Mickey, On, and Beryl.
Yeah, Showmaker able to get the heads up, so he's out there as well. Of course, he is generally a bit of a target unless he can get those cheeky realm warps, as we've seen in the past. And Faker, of course, wants to demonstrate a lot of the...
He's just a complete psycho. You're right.
Not everyone had a dash.
But he's not like a psycho, as in like, the thing that's so fun is that like, Hillisang, when he's dying, it's almost like, it's almost always, not always, but almost always like he's being too aggressive. But sometimes Beryl dies and I just don't even know what he's doing. Like, I just don't understand at all. Like, it's not like, oh, I can see what that, if everyone followed up, or like, okay, if that had gone a slightly different way, or he's going on a mega flank and he gets seen. Beryl just like, sometimes it just seems like he's just having too much fun. Like, why is he running across between those 2 towers? I still don't know. I didn't see the beginning of why he got there, but he's just suddenly in between 2 towers.
Yeah, I don't know any either.
It's wild.
Another one, he's a professional recorder player from Melbourne, Australia.
Really? Yeah, no idea.
It's the only other rod that I had to dig very deep. You can look him up, he's actually a phenomenal recorder player. If you ever thought the recorder was only ever to play Titanic badly, I tell you what,
That is a lot of chat as well. We do have another camp secret. After last game, we're not going to slander again. We've learned a lesson.
Oh no. In fact, thank you, Orcs, for your incredible contribution to the broadcast too. Beautiful souls, one after the other. There it is, that seal of approval,
Finally,
baby.
the redemption for Chemtech. It took a while, but it's here.
It's like, we're all warming to Orcs. Over time, he's just becoming a favorite of ours in general, and his opinions coming along with him, And I don't think he ever really liked Chemtech Drake himself. It's just, unfortunately,
I assume you want the taste of blood. He's like, somehow Beryl always has Warwick passive.
But we had to set the stakes early, big action piece.
So like, even though he's on Poppy, he can see that the enemy jungler is low on the other side, and so he's like, well, gotta go. It's got to be done.
Have you just forgotten all those times we spent together?
I'm aware.
Something needs to happen, Chronicle.
Okay, so 4 grubs to 2 dragons to 0.
In fact, I feel like it's a relatively niche topic.
Herald gonna get started up again. Just some poking and prodding. Showmaker did TP towards the top side of the map in case they were doing it. Shiu and Zeus both trading a good amount of damage. Both have TP available as well. 2 level for Zeus though. Yeah, actually been
Who is in the lead here? I don't know.
So thematically it does make sense. And because of the ward, DK do actually know
DK have the scaling of Zeri and Rise, but
there are mercs here for Zeus and still
I would still be a little bit nervous of the full just dive and one-shot someone, and I don't like the Rumble with no setup. True, he does have the most kills in the game. I mean, he has 100% kill participation as well.
So he doesn't actually have to use the teleport to get back towards the fight if he wants to get over there. Instead, it looks like he is edging towards the bottom side of the map, and that gives Peanut an avenue to get back in. They're going to break that blast zone as well.
I think they're going to play for tempo. Yeah, there you go. Pings come down. They're going and invading the bottom side of the map.
Okay, so they're going to go invade, but like, didn't they just TP top? Like, what's happening? How did they play for this? Okay, so they just open. Okay, yeah. Well, Rise is TPing towards top side, so if we're not playing for this Herald, we push them away, Rise gets the top lane, but now we can't play for it, because there's this massive wave crashing in top. You would have just ran top, and you would have got that same wave. And then you could play on the bot side with Rise able to TP across.
Because of the ward, DK do actually know in pit that right now, they're actually trying to set up a kill here. Lucid, there are mercs here for Zeus, and still, I like it, respect. Steel flashes.
I think you have to. At that point in time, him dying would have been a big deal. Trying to get some shot blast damage, going to be blocked, so that cannon does not go over to Zeus.
Oh, I went back really far.
He's already picked up, actually. Never mind. We don't have the feats of strength yet.
No, it's going to be down to either Herald or the Dragon. So now you do see with Lucid showing the bot side that Hololive wants to start it up. But look again, Showmaker has curved cryo. That's just one of the big things with Jay Sparrow. He knows they're in the damage. He's aware, and now they have confirmation. As Zeus...
So Rise can permanently just crash the wave in.
So he doesn't actually have to use the teleport to get back towards the fight if he wants to get over there. Instead, it looks like he is edging towards the bottom side of the map, and that gives Peanut an avenue to get back in. They're going to break that blast zone as well.
I think they're going to play for tempo. Yeah, there you go. Pings come down. They're going and invading the bot side of the map. They're playing for tempo on the Dragon coming in. They want to set a soul point.
I somehow went back like minutes. So they take the camps for the Herald. Okay, so they do follow up on this. So enemy takes Herald, They go into bot side. How far is this going back? Why is it... It says 10 seconds, but it's going back 20 seconds because it's ×2. I need to look at the patch more because we're playing on the new patch today, but we haven't done like the full prep and I haven't done the quiz and stuff like that. So anything that nerfs tanks, actually no, don't think it nerfs us more than anyone else. So they all come across, but Viego's not here because Viego went bot side. So Viper gets 2.
In favor of DK. And Viper finds a consolation kill. Yeah, Barrel goes down, but still, I think DK gonna be happy with that sequence of events. Yeah, Barrel tackling all the way to the grave, Chronicler. Almost gets the damage there. This is the pointing play that we talked about. If they wait like 2 seconds for the play, I think Sek actually back.
If they make it a little bit late, I think they think people are backed, but they haven't.
Really not getting a whole lot done in the fight, and then here she'll ensure that she lives, and then tries to hold out. I think Amy probably could have taken 2 shots.
But he did get 1 kill, which is pretty important for Zeri. Wolf is back at home at the moment, but I don't know whether he'd certify that. Having, we know Wolf and his certifications now, I don't think this is quite enough.
The damage on Lucid is good.
Getting closer.
But this is what DK I think we're playing for. She should have been available. This is soul point possibility, and those waves
Soul
go
point,
quickly.
and depending on who gets this dragon, they get extra strength at the same time.
Sign buff, but isn't sign items nerfed or not? Aren't they nerfing tank items?
To start off a fight this time around, also doesn't have keeper's verdict right now.
I'm going to look at it after this. That's why I need to stop in 20 minutes because I'm going to look at the patch so that I'm ready for our game. But the equalizers are so much less when you don't have like the Leona yourself or the Jhin or the Sejuani. Okay, how does this work? Okay, so he gets a really nice ult. Then they can burst the dragon, but Showmaker gets jumped on straight away. Nice Aurora ult as well. So first person goes down to Lucid, but it's not going to be enough. He's just going to get away. So they do get the 3rd dragon. LR is even managing sleep schedules. KLG is really managing an LCK team, it seems. I think all full-time teams would do that kind of thing. We're trying to get like some morning scrims and stuff like that. But basically everyone's been gradually putting their sleep schedules later and later intentionally. And now they're going to have to switch it back. So other than Freddy, most people are used to mornings. So we don't need to do as much about it as other teams, I think. Like, if we weren't playing NLC games super late, we would... Normally, most people would be up and doing stuff in the morning, I think.
It's just the dragons themselves. Yeah, big problem. Seeming to be an issue. Ooh, Shadow Flame about done for Shiu. Lucid also should be hitting a 2nd time soon. And for Humble Life, we do see the recipe for success, right? Zeka goes in together with Zayas and Peanut. Viper's on the back foot after the lights start of the fight. But I do think finding individual targets is going to get harder and harder as this game goes on. And DK, they still have the opportunity to go for these big realm war plays. The turrets need to go down, though. That's actually a big thing if DK want to really utilize the silent pressure of this rise. Yeah. As trying to catch someone in rotation. And as well, he's got the Vampire Scepter. If he finishes Bloodthirst, I feel like he's going to be so hard to kill. Yeah, we haven't really talked about the Zeri as much yet, but that is one of the reasons why I feel like the teamfights later are going to get really hard. Is who locks down aiming? Yeah, I mean, and you can, but then he cleanses. Yes. And so, like, your Glacial Prison is then on cooldown.
It's because it had to be done before LEC in the final. I'm assuming there's a reason that it has to be on the weekend and not during the week, which means that either you run at the same time as LEC, which I don't think is even allowed and wouldn't work well if it was, or you have to just run in the morning. I don't really mind. It means when we're there, like, we get to have the rest of the day each time, you know? It's a bit weird as well starting at 11 because we're going to need to make sure that there's stuff in between the game that's like food but not like a burger. Actually, I need to message them about that. Like, what happens with food between the games? Because we start at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 ultimates down, so I don't think that alone is enough to do Icon. It will definitely get Home Alive access, though, to this Dragon Pit. The problem is that DK...
If you play 5 games from 11 o'clock, people would start to get hungry if you're not used to fasting.
They can also just play for top for Icon and Baron are waiting. So there's a luxury of choice here for DK that Home Alive doesn't have available in the game. It's still that even, I think that we get either a 5v5, and one team is going to win and probably pick up at least Icon or Baron. Or we split the map as
okay. Actually, I might just finish it after we watch this game. I just realized I've got quite a lot to do in between the next. So I'm going to take this game a little slower and then I'll finish after this one.
I don't think he has his...
doesn't have Bloodthirst, does have Vampiric Scepter, but
Zeka!
it's not going to be enough as aiming has to
Just
fly.
catching people on mid wave.
Going to be respecting the damage.
When he gets snared as well, and he loses cleanse. And they use Seraphs and Flash.
And so he's out of the fight, and now that soul that DK were looking for is looking by the wayside. And there's also
And that loses them Dragon Soul.
Yeah, I think that they're going to set up. Mostly, I don't think they're actually going to be intending to do, but that is Denial of Soul and do not aiming. Both unused, right? That is Flash and Cleanse now gone to Zeri, and that almost impossible to lock down target is going to feel a whole lot easier this time.
There's so much spam in Twitch chat, by the way.
This game, I feel like Humble Light, that was a big punch, not enough to knock.
I do something wrong, like, or is there just always this much spam in Twitch chat? It's like 4 per stream.
Both of these teams on the same sides. This one feeling like anyone could win. 500% advantage for DK. HLE slowly but surely getting themselves edges and edges of control in this game. DK finally getting towards the top side of the map, looking for a bit of Archon control.
Yes, there are scrims today, but they're not on stream. So we're playing on the new patch versus a TCL team, but it's not streamed. So we start early. Okay. So they just catch someone on the side. Zeka gets away, gets the stealth down, and then they manage to turn onto this Rumble, who, like we say, has no setup. And then, like, why is Beryl there? What's he even going for? Oh, he Rise ults in. He just Rise ults over with Showmaker. Now they all die. Ooh. Oh my god. They then turn it back around. The light dies with the stun, which means transforming takes so much pressure. And this is just ideal situation for aiming. Oh, he dodges the E. Oh, no way. Okay. That was obviously... How can you not look at this situation and see a DK Baron? It's just 3 for 0. Then it's 5 for 0. Huge shout out to Lucid as well, being able to distract them so much so that aiming can get all of these free autos. But this is what we were talking about with this composition. It's so hard to lock down aiming, and especially when he's able to go with every wall lever and has this Viego getting reset after reset. This is the crux of okay.
From the death chamber, but man, it's all about these huge plays for DK. And if they win this game, it's yet another one. This now got the match point. Glacial Prison comes through. It's not over yet, but Showmaker, he breaks his arm guard. They get rid of the Aurora, and now it's the realm of the sun. This one is aiming. He's right in amongst it. He explodes, and the Zap AoE is gigantic. The Winter's Wrath from Lucid not doing too much, but he's already stolen away the dead Sejuani, and aiming is skating into the enemy base. I have a feeling I know where this game's going. They have too much power.
Okay.
This much power. Chronicle, I think
Not even close. Oh my goodness.
Aiming will have that available as it spawns. And that's key, because he can legitimately just fling himself into multiple people, end up dying as long as he doesn't have damage. It's the same thing we saw Showmaker do earlier on. By the way, that stopwatch getting a ton of value in this fight. We're taking a look at the Showmaker. Again, gets tagged, but very quickly uses the stopwatch. Then Beryl takes out Zeka, and then they just go in, knowing that the amount
They just go full in with the Rise ult.
realistically, only needs one kill. Yes, Viego pick. We talked about it. Viego is such a snowbally champion. Yes, Lucid got the early kills, but it's every subsequent play from aiming, the damage done by Showmaker that ends up setting this up. And 20 more seconds on this. Yeah, DK, they're going to keep on fighting.
They certainly are. The Equalizer comes down in exactly the same spot yet again. They managed to catch out the Aurora on the side of the play. The rest of HLE nothing. They can do the realm warp just to block off the escape. And Viper, there's nowhere he can go. Another explosion. Aiming claims 2. Has now Peanut. Oh, it's going to drive it out. 2,000 gold is going to be picked up.
It's timed out!
Yeah, we're going to call that a whoopsie. Does that? No, it won't cost them the drag.
I don't think it should.
As now Peanut and Zeus see whether they can actually defend here. Showmaker looking for a Rune Prison onto the Jason. Does manage to get it there, smash into the wall, and taken down. It will be the inner turret, and in the meantime, Lucid will be able to secure that dragon. So an aiming moment, but he was 8-0-8. You know,
You can see him
Okay. That's the soul. That's the 5k lead. That's Zeri and Rise. I mean, this Rumble ult, like, that's a perfectly placed Rumble ult, but there's just no way to keep them on it. Oh. Oh. Went a bit deep.
As he dashed, they had 2 seconds left. It was peak. Perfect. They got kept. So, and I think DK are on the precipice of bringing Humble Life to a match point, Atlas.
This is ridiculous as well, because this is DK winning on red side. At the same time, if they're able to get it done, currently it's 7,000 gold or thereabouts.
The break.
And HLE backs to the wall. They've been there before, though. And 5-game series, that's where they excel. We'll see whether DK can bring them their kryptonite, the 4-game series, which just isn't the same as winning in game 5. Losing in game 4, not the way to do it. They will be still alive in the LCK Cup, though, facing off against the winner of Genji or Nongshim. And we were having a discussion about this earlier on in the week, and it would be a bit of a treat if we managed to get that DK Genji. But if HLE managed to win here, we might be denied it. We will see. Sorry, if DK managed to win here, we might be denied it, as Showmaker is going to get jumped on by both Peanut and Zeus, and just flashes away. That's going to be enough. And
Okay.
so once he
They
does,
get the flash.
absolutely rocking out of there. Still,
They get the tower.
falls on the bottom side of the map. The rest of DK were on a bit of a reset.
Still, big win. You trade Smite and Ultimate for a Flash and Showmaker. So definitely happy with that. Nice amount of Peanut there to ensure that the Spell Shield does not block his Ultimate. And do not forget, in the previous game, Our Life, from a 6k deficit, still almost found a fight to bring it back. Yeah, I'm just not sure if this game, I feel like the drops are very different.
The late game Zeri versus late game Jin.
Yeah, that is not a... I'm pretty sure also Viper was 2-0, 2-0-7.
Yeah.
And unfortunately has been continuously singled out in these fights. Barrel's also having way too much fun.
He is.
Which we all know is a bad thing. And now
His
Okay.
is actually 369 as well, which is
They're going to threaten Baron. Baron's on a big old flank. Rumble ult does almost nothing because it always does.
even see it. Oh, no, it
It went somewhere though. Zeka comes out of stealth and is unable to find too much there. In fact,
all juice behind the life, so they can actually still look for this contest.
we shall see. DK making it very dark though. If they endeavor to make their way over towards this Baron.
But they see that they're not doing it, so they don't feel the urgency.
Does Viper finish off his Infinity as he goes back then? That would actually be a huge deal.
The case.
4 items
Level
comes in,
16.
and there
Yeah,
it is.
There it is.
That's 6 items for aiming, just on the flip side. But he doesn't.
Well, he's also Zeri, so I don't want to get too much buff down in comparison.
Yeah, true.
There's also GA for both Zeri as well as for Lucid. Do like the Serpent's Fang here though, from Zeus.
Yeah.
As Lucid, yeah, the engage is a bit lackluster from DK, as we can see. On the life, they're just looking for an opening.
Peanut really wanting to make sure that he can catch anyone who's out of position.
I'm pretty sure that Showmaker can solo Nash at this point, but it looks like DK, they just keep on looking, and I like Combat. They're cool. They're not...
Oh dear, there's a raw charge. They managed. Oh no, delay with a flash away. Buys a bit of time, but the Game's Bennett comes down, and Zeka is forced out of there. Another equalizer. I mean, it did some damage to Zeka.
Okay. So they do get a kill and they knock someone away. Now Barrel just gets chased down. 2 flashes forward and it's a really nice flank from Showmaker.
Now just resetting his way around the fighters. Zeus cannot do it alone.
Okay.
Before an instant, DK, they can decide to win the game if they like to, or they could go ball hunting. And that is what Barrel's going to do. He starts the game doing it, he's going to end the game doing it as well. The rest of DK can march down mid lane. I don't know whether he wins one.
Yes, literally, this was the beginning of the game as well. That's a really good, that's a good cast. I like that.
You watch the T1 series and you know that you don't want to let Peanut get...
They're just fighting while the game is ending. He's going to kill him as well, surely.
He's just stuck in poppy purgatory on the top side of the map, and that is all the while his nexus is being destroyed.
He's got him, he's got him, he's got him.
Once more, as Chemtech Soul, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Right, that's going to be it for me for today. As I say, we're streaming, we're not scrimming. We're not streaming the scrims. I got there in the end. So, want to know how the series? I think it ends in 5 games, right? But I don't know. I'll quickly look at the drafts actually while we're here. Another like 5-10 minutes. Okay, so Nidalee first pick only happens in Korea, but happens a lot. Nocturne into it. Corki there. Can deny a good mid option, good AD mid option. Aatrox blind into Kennen as well. Shen support, like it. Silas, that's mega value against Nocturne Kennen. Actually, no, wait, it's not even that mega value. And it's blind, so you go Victor, I guess. So they do finish this lock in this Victor. Go Syndra as well.
Really, like, look at the amount of melee on the enemy team.
Yeah, better control, you can get done here.
Yeah, all right, no switch. It's just gonna be...
Okay. Then this they lose, right? Then game 5.
Also be a lot of power.
Jax can still flex, I suppose, because that's why you take it so early. Is Jack normally the Xin counter, but
Can be worse. You can go Cassidy.
they're massive lead in game 5 and through it.
Yeah, I do think we wait. Negative lane pressure and Harvey's gonna win. That is a call. I love this though. The one downside is that there is still potential here for the Jax.
Okay, so Kalista and Skarner do get banned the whole series.
Most likely this is gonna go to Zeus. Peanut doesn't play it. I don't
Zyra not been played and not banned in early games as well.
It is as slippery as the Wukong. And
DK blocks 3 junglers. Oh no, never mind. It's not going to be the Elise. It will be the Alistar. Barrel.
Alistair blind.
pick up Rel, because otherwise I do think that's gonna get
There's no ADs that you want to secure now?
I still think you take it just because I think it's the only like proper engage report that's still out. As Peanut
Lee Sin.
No, I think this makes more sense.
Yeah, we got a little bit excited there. And
I mean, you just... Okay, so you just trade the Rel and Alistair because they're the last 2 left. I thought you were going to see something weird from the light, but...
I know it's not good.
If it had been the other way around and you blind Alistair, I think something weird comes out.
Well, now that the Gragas exists, maybe it's the Tryndamere angle.
Oh my god, no, you have to ban Celia, right?
He's going into the jungle, and this does.
Okay, Mel. Oh yeah, and there's Kled mid. Yeah, okay, I did hear about this as well.
Alright, so that can't be good. Look, I don't know whether it's good, but it's fun. And that is the main thing. As now Peanut's wondering what the heck to do. That's an Olaf. That will confirm that the Jax is going into the jungle, unless there's left jungle.
Oh no, it's Kled, surely it's Kled top, no?
I think Peanut was the first one to do it in the LCK, actually.
Yeah, that's the Tarzan special.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, it was Kanavi over in the LPL,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
and then Tarzan started in the LCK.
Surely Kled goes up against...
Loses the side of the map. Yeah, basically, you're looking for all-ins. The reason that you can all very well outside of just your burst being crazy.
It's Kled mid. Like, Kled is the Olaf counter. But, oh well. Cool. Anyway, that's it for me. So I will see you on Friday. Friday, I think we're going to do an afternoon review, and then we're going to do a podcast in the late afternoon, like 5 o'clock. So be doing streaming tomorrow, but that's it for me.